When it comes to any domestic work in the house, anything of that nature, it has to be done by you because you don't have a man to do it. We ain't got no kids to run around and do it. Like, everything is on you, okay? So listen, that could be very draining. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. For those who are new, welcome to the Sunshine family. And on this channel, I help women to navigate in their personal lives and in their relationships. And in today's video, we're gonna be talking about something brand spanking new, y'all. We're gonna be talking about the truth about being single, sis. And without further ado, let's get right into it. One of the first pros of being single is your freedom. You're able to do whatever you want at whatever time you need to. You don't have anyone hindering you. You don't have a child, you don't have a spouse stopping you. So if you want to go and live in Timbuktu or Mexico for the next 6 weeks, especially if you don't have to work at an actually physical location, you can do that, okay? If you want to get up and say, you know what, I want to wake up at 6 today, I want to wake up at 10 tomorrow, you can do whatever you want. That's the freedom of being single. You can make your own decisions. Everything is based on you. And that's great because a lot of the times you don't want to be hindered. If you want to start up a new business, you want to start it up. You don't want nobody telling you, oh, well, I don't want you tapping into the family funds. Like, no, I just want to make my move and get it done, okay? Or the second pro of being single is that you have a peace of mind, okay? So being single is great because at the end of the day, you're not waking up to a snoring man. You're not waking up to crying and nagging kids. Like, you're literally on your own time frame. Like, you wake up, you have breakfast alone, you get to think. You get to hear the birds chirp. You get to hear, like, noises outside. Like, there's no inside noise. You get to focus on writing the book. You get to focus on starting your hair business. You get to focus on being the engineer, etc. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can focus on that because there's no one blocking you. Or even with a man, like, sometimes he'd be like, babe, let's get down. And, and it's like, you know what? You're not in the mood. Like, you want to focus on business. And when you're single, like, you can just do everything on your own, whatever it is that you need to do. For the third pro of being single, okay, is that you don't got to deal with random visitors or in-laws because when you're in a relationship, especially when you're married, etc., your husband's mom might want to come over, his little cousins, all these people, and you're like, you know what, I don't want to see these people right now, honey. I just want to breathe, I just want to relax, I just want to sip on my cup of tea. And you just can't do that, Of course, you want to have discussions with your spouse, but sometimes, you have to give in. You can't, have everything your way. You want to have a balance with your spouse, but when you're single, guess who creates that balance? Why, oh, mother, you, honey. And everything is just done on your time. You basically set the time on who comes in and who comes out. Basically, like, there's no rap on the door unless it's Amazon, baby, or a package like Wayfair or anything that you picked up, okay? So listen, being single is phenomenal because you don't got to deal with no kids, honey. I know I keep saying honey because I just want you to know it's so exciting. All right, sis, so we're about to get into the fourth pro of why singleness is so amazing, okay? And listen, if you're enjoying your singleness or if you just got some really good tips, make sure you hit the thumbs up button because you are a sunshine, honey. Hit that like button, let me know that you're engaged, okay? So now we go get into the fourth pro, and that is relearning and falling in love with yourself. For those who are new here, I talk about a lot, like just getting to know yourself and getting to learn about who you are. And when you're in your single season, you really get to learn that. Because when you're in a relationship, like, you kind of have to deplete a part of you to kind of get to know somebody else. Like, you kind of have to give up a little bit piece of you in the sense where, like, he's doing the same so that it balances out. You understand what I'm saying? When you're single, see how my eyes light up? When you're single, you get to just really learn about yourself. You get to journal, talk with God, have a more intimate bonded connection. You get to actually figure out your likes and your dislikes. Like, you know what? Do I really like this restaurant, or I'm just saying that because he likes it, Or like, do I really like loud people, or I like people that's a little bit more soft-spoken? You get to really figure all these things out. You get to really learn who you are. And remember, you grow each year. Don't let people make you feel bad for changing. And don't let people make you feel bad because you're getting to relearn yourself. It is a process. It's an ever lifelong process. You will never fully get to know who you are. It's something that you have to continuously go through, okay? People will try to make you feel bad for your single season. They will really try to make you feel that, sis, you've been single for 10 years. Like, when you gonna get a man? And it's like, I'm relearning to fall in love with myself. I'm enjoying my peace. Like, I am being one with myself, such as you're being one with you. You are enjoying your time. You're watching this video. You're learning things. Like, you're starting businesses. Like, you know, you're writing books. You're doing different things, etc. Because you want to build your legacy. Honestly, I say this in my prior videos, and for those who are new, I'm just going to give you a quick overview. Is that life is short. It's literally like a wick in the wind. And when a wick is in the wind, it's blowing. And at some point, that light goes out. But what light and what mark do you want to leave implanted on this earth? Do you want to spend your days in and out stressing over why you don't got a man and why he's not present? Or do you want to spend your days getting to know who you are, the core, that fire that's in you? Do you want to really get to know that? If you like the content so far, don't forget to hit the like button down below, and do not forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos in relation to personal development, faith-based content, and relationship advice. Come on, y'all, and do not forget to hit the notification button bell if you want to see more of me. Okay, sis, so I am so excited, and I know you are, okay? So I just went over the pros of being single, okay? So now, your good old sis have to get into the cons. I know, you do not want to talk about the cons of it, but we gotta look at both sides, okay? So now, let's talk about the cons of being single. So the first con is that you have no help. Everything is done through you. When it comes to food shopping, when it comes to any domestic work in the house, anything of that nature, it has to be done by you because you don't have a man to do it. You ain't got no kids to run around and do it. Like, everything is on you, okay? So listen, that could be very draining. Especially if you're running multiple businesses, especially if you have a 9-to-5, you do not want to always clean your own bathroom. You not always want to fold your sheets. You not always want to have to do everything. So you may even find yourself outsourcing help because you want to get business done. You feel me? Listen, guys, it could be very draining. So let me tell you a little story about being single, and it was just crazy. Okay, so recently my tub got blocked up because you know when you know as us ladies, you know, we shave, etc., wash our hair, so it was like all clogged, and I'm like, yo, I need help to get this thing fixed. I did not want to pay a plumber. Yes, I have the funds to pay for it, but you know, I'm working on a lot of different things and I don't want to throw money to that. So you know what, our good old Jeff Bezos Amazon, I went on there and I got like a snake. Like, you know what, I'm gonna snake this thing myself. Listen, girl, I had never snaked before. I had never snaked no tub before in my entire life. So, of course, good old YouTube that you're watching right now. I love YouTube. Oh, gosh. So, I went on YouTube and I just searched up how to snake. And I saw this black girl doing it. So, I'm like, oh, like, sis, like that, you know, if you black too like me, like, she look like us. So, I'm like, okay, so if you can do it, I can do it too. So I went and I started doing it, and I was having some trials and tribulations. Like, literally, like, the snake part had got stuck in like one of the coils of the tub. I don't know, it was like in a piece and I couldn't get it out and I had to pull it, and I was like pulling it. But listen, after all that mess, it literally was done, and it was done by me, and I felt like so proud. I posted on Facebook everywhere. I mean, listen, I had to glorify that because I was just like, I did that on my own, and I pride myself in that. But honestly, I was tired that day. I had just came back from work. I'm like, you know what? The tub keep filling up. I can't just keep taking a shower in that. But listen, if I had a spouse, he could have done that. So, you know, a lot of times, like, there could be a lot of burden on your shoulders from being single. And this is why, you know, God is going to send you that person. He's going to send me that person that's going to help you out. You know, you don't want to have to always outsource help. You want that big, strong man to come in and do the little snakes. He could do different type of snakes. You feel what I mean? So, that is one of the cons of being single because, you know, you got to do all this yourself. You got to all this yourself. Okay, so for the second con is that you have to pay all your bills on your own, okay? So, when it comes to your daily expenses, your Wi-Fi bill, your mortgage, your rent, etc., it has to be paid by you. Okay, so you don't have a man to share your expenses with. When you have a spouse, you know, you guys could share the water bill, you guys could share the Wi-Fi bill, you guys could share the mortgage, the rent, etc. And this takes, of course, again, a burden off your shoulder because you can use that additional funds for other things. It just makes life so much easier when you don't have to pay all the bills yourself. And let's say, God forbid, you lose your job, God forbid you get sick, something happens where you cannot sustain your wealth at the time and maybe you don't have that much money saved up. That's where that spouse comes in as that spouse support, where he can just pay the bills now. He has his savings account he could tap into, you guys could tap into, and everything just comes together, okay? So when you're single, the con is like everything is really on your shoulders. And that weight can get really heavy, okay? So, yes, it's good to be a boss babe. I can do my own thing, but you know, we need a little man to pay the bills, honey. Okay, sis, so we're going to talk about the third con of being single, okay? So the third con is that you have no one to share your life with. You have no one to share your life when you're going through any trials and tribulations. Sometimes, right, sis, you just want to rest your head on his shoulder and say, you know what? I'm having a rough day, console me. You know, you want to let him know that you're going through something at work, etc. And you can't do that when you're single. There's no one to talk to. You got to talk to the Holy Ghost because there ain't no man around, okay? And even like when you're traveling around the world and just experiencing different places and like going to museums, different countries, like you want to do that with somebody. So like you can embark and talk about those memories in the future when you're old, in your old age, you feel me? Or even just a year from now. And I think that's so beautiful. But the con is when you're single is that you're really doing everything on your own. But however, like I said, and I'll say it again, you are phenomenal. Regardless of the fact if you see other people out there sharing their lives with their spouses, your favorite social media influencer, your friend, family, celebrity, etc., just understand that God has a time and a place for you to receive that. And to be completely honest, just understand, just because you do not have a man does not mean you cannot fulfill purpose in life. And you know, I gotta get real inspiring real quick because I gotta let you know that people feel that, you know what, my life does have no meaning because I'm single, because I can't travel with somebody. No, you can do solo travel, etc. Enjoy your time alone, okay? So yes, it's a con you can't share with somebody, but I had to add the good in there because I don't want you to feel down, but I just want you to understand that there's two sides of every script. Okay, sis, so for the fourth con of being single is sexual frustration, okay? So as human beings, and as women especially, we ovulate. We have times that we are aroused and we just want to get down and dirty, honey. But especially if you do not have a spouse, you cannot have sex. Let's just be straight out and blunt. But you know what? It could really take on your mental health. You know, as human beings, we are supposed to mate. We're supposed to have sex. That's why we ovulate and things of that nature. Listen, you know me. I can't say a con without really getting into the pro. At the end of the day, when you do not have sex with a man, honestly, you are remaining strengthened. Because at the end of the day, you do not want to have just sex with anybody just like that because you are the prize. You are valuable. You do not want to be unraveled easily. You are somebody of high value. And I'm going to keep saying this in every single video because I want to remind you that you are worth it. And when you have sex with somebody, as a chosen person, as a woman that has a high value, you can infiltrate God's promise. You can infiltrate the person that God actually wants to send to you. Just wait. I understand sometimes you may feel like you want to masturbate. You just want to just go all crazy, honey. But you got to remember, God's plan is never failed. Maybe our plans may fail from time to time. But God's plan for you is to be in a healthy relationship. He knows why he took you out that toxic relationship. For you to wait. Okay? And sometimes it may be hard for us to believe in certain seasons of our lives because certain seasons, we're all gung-ho about this whole singleness. We don't care about the sex. We don't care about none of that. We're just so happy. But in certain seasons, we're going to feel it. And it's okay because God got your back. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel. You guys are phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. And do not let nobody tell you different, okay? You are the head and not the tail. You are above, not beneath. And that's scriptures. Remember to love, live life, and be happy. See you guys next week. Deuces. I literally only have 4 minutes like on the camera, like itself to record. Like not like a rush, but like it's about to run out of whole film. Like this 128 gig. Look at me, y'all, boss babe. I don't give a what. Boss babe, I don't give a what. I just wanted to cut it. Ow. Honestly, you really want to just understand that your single season is really created by you. and it's not created by the world. Always remember that. You have value, and the tax is not added by an individual, but it's added by you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.